In the corridor outside our bedroom, I stood on cold floorboards without shoes, shrouded by shadows. The clock read 12:03 a.m. I should have been asleep. My wife believed I was. However, a subtle motion drew me from bed, like feeling a sniper's scope before the shot. Her voice seeped through the door crack. "Darling, this fool has no clue. Gather your team for the hit tomorrow. Make it look like a botched robbery." My breath momentarily halted. My pulse didn't accelerate. Instead, it slowed, became deliberate. Trained to detect betrayal from foreign agents, deceitful informants, and traitors, I was prepared for many things. But not this. I never divulged my past to her. Marine sniper with 16 confirmed kills. Now working off books for the FBI, undercover operations that rarely make reports. I thought I left that life behind when I married her. Yet she remained my blind spot, and she knew it. We met in a hurricane, figuratively speaking. It was during Hurricane Lauren, with rain pounding the roof like gunfire. She wore red, appeared as sin, yet grinning like salvation. Claimed to be employed in real estate. I let her believe I was only a security consultant without correction. Found comfort in the deception. We exchanged vows 11 months later, in a modest ceremony with no family present. She claimed estrangement, and I had none left. The first year was tranquil, filled with wine and hushed dreams. Her laughter could quell storms. However, by the second year, something shifted. She began to return home late, initially for work functions, later for spa retreats. Her phone was a constant companion. One time, I inadvertently touched her buzzing device, and she stared at me as if I'd violated her privacy. Over time, she altered her scent and passwords. I justified my unease as PTSD-induced paranoia. That was her reassurance. "You're overthinking, dear. Relax. You're safe with me." Safe. Amusing. One fateful night, she arrived home with a smudge on her heel. Not perfume or wine, but gun oil. The number 9 flashed in my mind. Not a poppy seed number, but one only a gun enthusiast would know. I started scrutinizing her as I would a target. Discreetly, silently, I traced her GPS signals without leaving any digital footprints. Once, I followed her from afar, 2 cars behind, until she vanished into a warehouse at 43 Ard and Belmont. She was inside for hours. She wasn't there to sell condos. I waited for the truth, and it arrived in a secret midnight call I unintentionally overheard. When I heard her mention a hit team, something inside me aligned. The man she married had vanished. The Marine sniper she didn't know had resurfaced. I didn't feel anger. I felt understanding. I returned to bed and slid in beside her, calm and quiet. She curled up against me, still warm from betrayal. I held her as if it was the last time. Because it was. By 3 a.m., I had already retreated to my off-grid workstation. A burner phone, VPN routes 6 layers deep, were ready. I called in debts. Not from the bureau, but from darker places. People who owed me for lives spared and bodies buried. Phase 1, find her associates, was quickly accomplished. The real estate firm she was employed at served as a cover for an independent assassination team orchestrated by her partner, Marco Vasquez, a former Mossad agent showing signs of sloppiness and possibly aging, growing more greedy. Phase 2 involved setting the trap, which I inadvertently facilitated. Leaving the back gate unlocked, the safe slightly open with counterfeit money and traceable diamonds inside, my gun disassembled in a drawer. Exposing myself. Making myself vulnerable. At 2:46, on the following night, they arrived. 5 men, 2 women, all armed, arrogant in their belief of being invincible. They believed themselves to be specters. I had replaced every light bulb in the house with infrared sensors and watched them unfold on a tablet in real time. I bided my time until they were inside, then deactivated the system and initiated Phase 3. Cache explosions, gas, silent alarms routed exclusively to me. By the time they regained consciousness, 3 were bound and unconscious, 2 dead from traps undetected. The remaining ones fled into the forest, where claymore mines awaited like old companions. I spared one, Marco. I dragged him into the living room. I secured him to the identical chair utilized for bedtime tales. She arrived 10 minutes afterwards, halting when she observed me. I offered coffee, I mentioned. Desire some? Her gaze shifted towards the blood on the floor. What is this? What's going on here? I replied, this is your final deception. and my first truth. She fled as she reached the door. Then, I demonstrated to her the surveillance system hidden behind the mirror, displaying her call records, time-stamped, along with audio files and bank transfer details, all duplicated and sent to a trusted agent who would deliver it to the bureau as soon as I didn't respond. She shrieked, cried, pleaded, claiming she loved me. I remained silent. Marco attempted to intercede, leading me to shoot him. Presently, she is serving life sentences. Plea bargains saved her from the death penalty. It appears that betrayal doesn't bring rewards, but it chats quickly when cornered. Her entire network fell apart within weeks. The FBI never inquired about my knowledge. They merely presented me with a commendation. Silent, unofficial, I departed from that house and purchased a secluded cabin where it is cold and silent. I reside alone now. Occasionally, in my dreams, I can still hear her voice. Foolishly, he's oblivious to what transpired. She was correct, I realized that only later. And when I did, I ended things decisively. Swiftly. I don't yearn for her. I don't despise her. I don't ponder over her. But one memory remains vivid. The instant her smile faltered, and she caught sight of the sniper hidden behind the man she believed was her husband. That recollection? It stays crystal clear, like an arrow poised for its target.